I get a lot of questions on Facebook or, different forums on what kind of sight I use, power, magnification, aiming aperture, things like that. And I've used the same thing since I was 15. It's an up pin with a green fiber optic. It's 29 thousandths. It's big enough so I can see it. I don't ever lose it. I like the green just because I don't really care for the red. Green's softer to me. It's not, it's more calming. It's not as aggressive. I use a 3-power lens just because I always have. It doesn't really magnify the target a lot. It just takes the glare off the target, clears up holes a little bit for me, so I can see lines a little bit more crisp. I don't like a lot of power just because it shows more movement. It's only 20 yards indoors, and I don't really think that you need that much power. But I've always used that setup. It's always worked well. Outside I actually use a 10 thousandths fiber with no lens at all. It's more of a area aiming. I memorize the targets, know from muscle definition and stuff like that where to aim. FIDA 3D or FIDA and field stuff like that, I use the same setup as I do indoors. It's again, it just takes the glare off the target, crispens up the lines just a little bit. I don't really need to magnify the target to the point where it creates a lot of movement and I see things that I really don't need to see. I aim a lot subconsciously. Like I don't focus on the target. I focus, like I'll draw back. I'll put my pin in the middle, like on a hole or on the X or whatever I can see. Whatever I'll center it up in the yellow if it's a brand new target, and then from the time I center it up, I'll put my focus on the pin to where the target is secondary and the pin is primary. And I'll leave my primary focus on the pin. I'm just watching the pin move until the shot goes off. It's a little bit more calming to me. I'm not really trying to focus on holding on a specific spot or on a specific arrow hole. It just kind of makes the shot go a little more fluidly for me. It helps me under pressure, things like that. I'm not trying to over aim or get hung up on trying to hold on a specific spot. I do the same thing outside, do the same thing 3D, and you would think that you would get lost in the target, but if you do it enough in practice, and I've been doing it for so many years, that once I get things centered up, it's a lot like driving. When you're driving down the road, you don't really try and stay between the lines, you just do. And it's the same way with aiming for me. I just kind of get my pin in the middle. I don't really try and keep it in the middle. It just stays there until the shot goes off. But that's my sight, and that's pretty much how I aim, and I hope it helps.